take the hit, take the hit, take the hit.
Welcome back to FPL, Take That Hit. You're here with Mick and Joff, and we are in the midst of Game Week 32 plus. We have 2 games left, Jonathan.
Nearly there, we're close.
We're almost at the end of it, thank goodness. Thank goodness, indeed.
For some. Hope it didn't Captain Bruno.
I mean, it's. I'm still so pumped to have this really restart happening again. You know, it's good to be back. Premier League's back. It's tough to keep up though. I gotta say, like I'm struggling.
There's so many games.
It's all been jam packed in. They're nice and tight, and I enjoy it. I'm getting to the point now when I wake up in the morning, and obviously Australia, we watch the highlights in the mornings or the game in the morning after the 3 a.m. 5 a.m. starts. And if there's no game, like this week, I mean, there was over 2 days with no games in the morning. It's like, what's no soccer? I don't know football. What's going on? What's football?
We're in the midst of an EPL World Cup, an FPL World Cup. It's just games galore. It's just awesome. Like even tomorrow morning, Liverpool City, I got there.
It looked destined to be the game where the title was decided, and now it's just going to be. I don't know. Is it going to be goals in that game? I hope so.
I think there'll be goals. I think there's no doubt there'll be goals.
I mean, it's going to be interesting, definitely.
We'll see, and obviously the Tottenham game as well, but. Yeah, no, it's been an interesting week, and like I said, Bruno Fernandes, far out. What a amazing start. But before
the captain Bruno out there.
Oh wow, well done. But should we have a quick look at our teams anyway? Yeah,
let's bring him up. Let's bring him up right now. You want to go first, mate?
I'll kick us off. So kicking us off, 53 points so far. Obviously before the 2 games in the morning to round up the match day. So. Look, I'm happy with that. I've got to be happy with that for the beginning of this. I am currently ranked 1,454. Pretty happy with that.
Very nice.
2,001 points. There you go. And so I mean, look, De Gea, Doherty did the business. Fernandes as well. Even Richarlison there. Obviously scored the goal. I was super excited. I was like, because I had Richarlison in instead of De Bruyne with the way that I did it, so I was pretty happy that he did something, but got injured. But rounding up the team, I captained Jimenez. Obviously did the wrong thing there. I just needed to captain him. I was telling you before, I needed to captain him to just get it out the way, so I don't captain him again. Because there's always better options. Jimenez just looked like the right choice against the Villa team that love conceding, but they just kept it too tight. Villa and Wolves played so tight, and it worked, man. That's what they're doing. They're holding, they're breaking, and they just don't want to lose. They really want that Champions League spot, So
it's true.
Looking good. They're looking good. Obviously Rashford blanked, but the businessman, man. There's been so much love for Danny Ings. I get so many comments on Instagram and even YouTube about it, and respect, man, because it's my guy right there, man. I stand by my man. And Ralph Hasenhüttl, I think he came out and said that basically he's going to let Ings have a crack for Golden Boot here. I mean, it's crazy that he's in the conversation, but I think he's 1 or 2 off the top or something. So
he's up there.
He's up there. So come on, Danny, bring it home for us, baby. Let's do it. I'm on Team Ings, man, for bloody Golden Boot. I'm sticking with him.
I can't believe the businessman, man. He's just cashing these $1 million deals every week. I can't believe it. He gets given goals. It's gifts. Good on him.
The first one was not a gift though. The first one was just.
Even the second one though, we watched it again, even just before we put this on, and he had to do a fair bit to get that goal.
Yeah,
he makes his goals.
He didn't not earn it as much as Aubameyang's the first goal and second goal, but he earned that one there. But with Danny Ings, man, if you look closely when you're watching him, he's carrying a briefcase and he's got a tie on as well. Just have a look. He's full of business anyway.
Yes.
But yes, that's my team, man. I'm pretty happy with that. But what about yourself, man? How'd you go? Right.
So you got left to play, Joff.
Oh, sorry, yes, I've got Sonny Boy, Salah, and TAA. So
3 left, yep.
We shall see how that goes.
Yep, I've had another rather average week, unfortunately. 37 points, which is it's knocked me down to 13k, which I'm a little disappointed in because I started the restart at 5k and down to 13, but still a lot of games left. So 7 games left to bring it back. So I'm very excited to use my 2 free transfers this week.
Yeah, same.
Make some moves, make some deals like Danny Ings. Make a few deals. But my defense is looking solid. I've got Patricio in goals, got Doherty there. So the double Wolves clean sheet, like Joff said, Wolves are keeping it tight. So having the double Wolves clean sheet, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with the double Wolves defense as well.
Very smart.
So I've got Aspi in there, Azpilicueta and TAA. So obviously Chelsea let us down against West Ham. London derby, I guess, that kind of thing. So hopefully Watford coming up next should be a clean sheet there, hopefully.
Maybe.
Mason Mount, another one. So I chose Mount over Pulisic and Willian. Silly me.
But did you have enough funds though to afford it?
when I was using the wild card, I could have made room by not having Richie ended up in my team. So I'm going to rectify that mistake very, very soon. We'll get into that a bit later. So I've got De Bruyne, Mane, TAA left, so 3 like Joff. I had Fernandes, didn't captain him. I captained Rashford. So I moved my captaincy from Fernandes to Rashford this week. I might be moving it back again next week. I mean, seems like that's the logical decision, isn't it?
Yeah, sounds right.
I had Jimenez as well, and Calvert-Lewin, who is literally he's in the top 3 players for most shots since the restart.
Is that right?
Out of any forward, and yeah, I can't sell him. I mean, he didn't look too good in the last game, but I just don't know if I can sell him just yet. Maybe, I think I'm gonna give him some more time.
Maybe no Richo means that he'll do stuff. I don't know how it works.
Yeah,
sometimes with strikers, but you never know.
Yeah, so that's it. That's my team. So I got Richie coming off the bench. He didn't play this week, but he's fit again for next week, so that should be good. I'm looking forward to getting some Matt Ritchie, mate. Some Matt Ritchie points would be nice.
Could get a nice penalty for you.
Yeah, we'll see. But no, interesting week, mate. Very interesting week in football. We saw the Wolves game competed out there. Dendonka goal there. No Jimenez goal. No Traore goal. You know, we were expecting a bit more from Wolves in this game, so a bit disappointed from the Wolves. But I mean, looking forward, next game against Arsenal. Yeah, that's a big game for them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well, just to see if they can continue this form. I mean, Arsenal's going to want to. I mean, they're in a little bit of form, I guess. Can you call it that? I mean, they lost to the City, but they've started to get it back together, I guess. And hopefully the Wolves can continue this. I would love them to make Champions League. I think it'd be amazing. And obviously Jimenez, I feel like you watch him bang a double or something here, or something crazy where Arsenal will come out and they'll leave room for him. It's just like one of those things where no one's going to captain him, but Jimenez could do that. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to do it.
That should be an interesting game to look out for. I mean, I'm a bit worried though, because I think Arsenal can score in this game. I think they will score. So I've got 2 Wolves defenders. I've got Doherty and Patricio.
Sure.
So
you reckon they will score?
I think they will. I mean, Aubameyang obviously got a couple of gifts against Norwich. Thank you, Tim Krul.
Any Aubameyang owner would be loving Tim Krul.
Loving life.
They shake hands before the start of the game and say, "Mate, just give me a goal." Like my poor FPL owners, the ones that have persisted with me, just let me get something.
I mean, I get that, but I think it will be a much tighter game, obviously, than against the Norwich game. It could be something more like the Villa-Wolves game, where Wolves will keep it tight. So I'm looking forward to that game, though. It's going to be a big game. It's probably one of the biggest games of the week.
Yeah, I reckon for sure. I mean, look, we're going to talk about them straight away. I want to go straight into it next. Is Manchester United, right? So obviously, 3-0, and I just want to touch on the 2 game weeks ago, because I don't think we've done a YouTube video we're talking about Marshall getting the hat trick as well.
Oh, really?
So Marshall hat trick 2 game weeks ago. Last game week, Fernandes 15-pointer double. So is it Rashford's turn? That's the question. Is it Rashford's turn with that trio? Because it looks like we're both bringing in Marshall, so we're gonna triple up. We're gonna go for it. We're like, you know what? Why not? Let's get this party started. Most likely, it still might change. Keep an eye on my team, but I think that Bournemouth are just got their heads down, they're battered already.
They're finished, unfortunately. I really love Eddie Howe. He's a great manager.
He'll move on.
And I've always liked Bournemouth, but it seems like without Callum Wilson in the team, they've kind of lacked this drive. Like maybe he's the leader behind the scenes. We don't know, but I'm just guessing here. But they've lost all 3 restart games, and they look like the whipping boys, mate. If they're going to get whipped, I want to be on the end of that whip, pretty much. So.
It's just shit though. If we bring in Marshall or something, all of a sudden, they keep it tight. Oh, please, we'll see what happens here. But
it's going to be interesting. I mean, that's the thing. United only 2 points off Chelsea in 5th spot. Wolves are equal on points with United in 6th. Leicester on 55, Chelsea on 54. It's so tight. It's so tight in that Champions League run-in. So it's going to be an amazing finish to the season. I'm pumped. But one thing I want to just segue here into a focus on these teams. My strategy now going forward is I'm going to focus on Chelsea, United, and Wolves. Not so much Leicester. I think. If we're going to talk about Leicester, I think the wheels have kind of come off with Leicester.
They got to get their stuff together now, man. Like this is a time for them to stand up. They've done the hard yards for the season. I'm sure that they would have come back to it. We've got it in the bag. Obviously, not all of them, but some of them probably had the wrong mindset, and it's time for them to get their kind of act together because. They can easily get taken over very soon, by a few teams, not just one team. So
it's made me think about how these restart, how much it's affected teams and players.
Yeah.
In the essence that it's basically a new season. You know, you got to keep reminding yourself that this is a new season. This is a mini season. Yeah. And you got to treat it as such. So I mean, I wish I held on to my wild card. If you had your wild card right now, you'd be laughing because you'd be bringing all these former players, just loving life, you know. But we don't have that. So
what some people do.
Yeah, well, some people we don't know.
Yeah, we'll go free hit by.
Yeah, we'll use that at some point. But that's what I'm saying. It's a new season, man. So you know, like the likes of Leicester, I do not rate them at all right now.
Yeah.
From the way they've looked so far. But you know, United, Wolves, to a lesser extent, Chelsea. I mean, up until this game, with the Chelsea are scoring goals though. Hey, Chelsea scoring goals.
Chelsea scoring goals.
But that's what I'm saying. I am focusing on those teams. That's my little strategy.
I think that's good. I mean, there's the one thing about the new season thing. I get what you're saying there as well. I like it, but there's things like players like Danny Ings that have got this kind of they're carrying their form that they had into this season. There's a lot of players that are doing it. There's obviously it is a new season for a lot of them mentally. Like Vardy's come out of the blocks. You know, there's been a few like Jimenez continue where he left off as well. There's been a few players, but it's just. I know what you're saying. You just got to approach it with caution and just not expect like someone like Madison to just all of a sudden come with the goods. Even though they've got Palace this week, maybe this is their week that they turn on. They get a 3-0 win. You know, like you know, Barnes hasn't turned up again. You know, Ayoza hasn't even been given a chance. So Leicester, I guess just be careful. I'd approach with caution. And I mean, talking about Chelsea as well. I think they're scoring 2 goals a game since the restart and. They're looking good, you know. Obviously, you spoke about Pulisic, you spoke about Willian on free kicks and on penalties as well.
When Jorginho's on the pitch, though.
Exactly.
But they're both looking amazing. I mean, we both watched a bit of that game.
Oh, it's amazing.
And you know, I mean, even though Chelsea did go down, which I was very disappointed about, it was just poor defending from Chelsea, which was a bit shattering. But I mean, the plus size from a Willian, man. Willian looks unplayable at the moment. He's just come back from this restart, a change man. Yeah. He's evolved into Super Willian, and all of a sudden that free kick was amazing. His penalties, he's got this confidence about him. Yeah. You know?
Well, that's what penalties do. We spoke about this a bit before as well, and that's why, like back in the day, for all the FPL like veterans out there, like I loved how many kind of managers in the past used to give give penalties to midfielders like Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard. Just gave them this confidence so that they kind of the strikers already had that confidence about them, but gave them this kind of edge that they scored a goal and they had freedom to just express themselves. And that's one thing I love about even Fernandes on penalties as well. It's just allowing him to he's playing without pressure, and that's the thing I love about Willian as well. Like I really want to bring Willian in. I don't know if I will this week, but I think that for me, I'd go Willian over Pulisic as well. I think they're exactly the same price, if not Willian's 0.1 or something like that more. But I mean, I just like Willian on penalties, Willian on free kicks. I think that's I think it's amazing.
It's a big plus, so
but Pulisic as well. Saying that, man, I don't want to take any. Man, he's been he has looked ridiculous. He's looked unplayable as well.
Absolutely.
Against West Ham.
Well, they're easily the best options in Chelsea at the moment.
Oh, amazing. I mean, I'd love to put Alonso in the ring there, but he's done nothing since the restart, basically. But saying that anything's possible with Marcus. He bombs forward. He has shots and stuff, but will he get rotated with Emerson? So I don't really want to put that out there.
Will Chelsea get clean sheets too? I mean,
True.
Up until the restart, Chelsea's defence have been suspect.
Yeah.
I don't trust Christensen at all. Rudiger's a good player, but he needs help. And Christensen, man, Zuma, man. So I don't know who'd go there unless you pull Azpilicueta in the middle and play someone on the right wing. It's a bit difficult for them. But I mean, I am hopeful for Chelsea. This Watford game's going to be very interesting.
Yeah,
because Watford. They're playing. They're not playing for much.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Watford playing for?
They're basically safe, are they?
Let's have a look where they're at.
I'm pretty sure they're in a good position. I don't think that they're completely
Actually,
safe.
there you go. Watford are playing for relegation.
Yeah, there you go.
They're not safe at all. 28 points. So this is a big game for Watford.
Yeah. So Watford, I mean, I can see them. They've got to start to put some stuff together as well. There's a few teams now. There's been enough like kind of games for managers to make a difference now to see which players are doing business and which players aren't. It's basically like this is the game week that I really feel that there might be a few changes as well because there's just we've got to touch on it as well. Rotation is coming. It's imminent. There's literally games every 2 to 3 days to 4 days, and
I've been surprised at the limited rotation so far.
Same, you're right. I'm very surprised, really. But I think it's obviously going to start to take shape now, and it could be a good time for some teams like Leicester. I think Leicester needs to shape it up. They need to do something. And basically, same as even with Watford as well. Like Watford have got to start to get some kind of performances together as well, and whatever they've got to do there. But Ismail Sarr, someone that we kind of looked at. We're thinking, is he gonna come back firing? I mean, I know I looked at him, but I looked past him real quick because I was like, there's better options. But he could get some string of performances together, because surely there's like one or two of these teams down the bottom of the table, they start to kind of get some performances together, and there's a player or two that looks this unplayable player that we kind of need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd hope so. But I mean, these teams that are sitting at the foot of the table, you've got Norwich who are down. I mean, I don't think there's any reason to have a Norwich player because their heads are down. They know they're going down.
It's kind of down, isn't it?
Bournemouth, another one. They look like they're done. So it's really a battle for that literally that
but
last relegation
all
spot.
look battered. Like, you look at that. West Ham look battered. Watford look battered. Villa look battered. And Bournemouth look battered. But same with West Ham looking battered. I watched up until their first goal. They looked beaten, man. And as soon as they got that first goal, they looked like a different beast, and it could springboard their season. So I take back that battered thing, and they look like, for me, they're going to stay up right now. They're the favourites out of those teams to stay up.
Talking about that man, could Antonio be that man? He played amazing football
he can be the guy
against Chelsea. I mean, he is like the target guy against Chelsea. He always seems to play well against my boys, but every time I seem to watch him play against Chelsea, I think, wow, who's this guy? Where's he been last season? And then all of a sudden, bang, against Chelsea, he kills it. So maybe Antonio could be a man. He looked great in that game.
He looked amazing. I was really impressed there. He turned up for that game. Because I watched that game because of Alonso, and up until their goal, they got that disallowed goal, which Antonio was on the ground or whatever, and I was just like, this should be an easy clean sheet. This is just. They just don't look like anything's going to happen. And then all of a sudden they got that header and then they look good. So it's just that's the thing one goal can do to a team. It could just change everything.
Change your season.
legit can. But I mean, I feel like we've got to kind of touch on Newcastle. We have to talk about him.
Saint Maxim, man. Like, this guy is absolutely in ripping form. I wish I would have put him in my wildcard. I might actually bring him in this week, maybe. I don't know. He literally... before the restart, 10 points, yeah? Since the restart, 10, 2 and 15. So, I mean, this Newcastle team, they have changed their formation. Then they've moved their formation around. Dwight Gale's playing up front, all of a sudden scoring goals for Newcastle.
They got a goal.
Almiron all of a sudden actually playing for Newcastle. And you got St. Maxim, who's just been given this freedom. And he's just terrorising defences, man. So I don't know, this Newcastle, are they a trap, Josh?
I think they're a trap. I honestly, personally think they're a trap. However, they still might have 1 or 2 games left in them, so you've got to ride waves when they're there. That's a big part about FPL for me as well. It's just sometimes there's little mini waves. Just ride them, and you could be spot on.
But they're safe now. They've got the magic 40-point barrier. They're on 42 points. Yeah. I mean, in their upcoming fixtures, they've got West Ham, City, Watford, Tottenham, Brighton. So there's some really differing fixtures there. But I mean, you see that West Ham game being some goals in that. But then obviously City's going to be a tough game, depending on what City bring to the table that game. Who knows what City are going to bring?
Oh, man.
It's a very interesting way that the season's panned out. So I'm not too sure if I can really champion Newcastle players. I mean, I'm going to probably own 2 at the end of this window, let's be honest. It's a bit crazy, but I already own Richie. I might own Maxim because I'm just loving what I'm seeing from Maxim. I don't know.
It looks
for
amazing.
5.4 million, what a great 5th midfielder.
Yeah, he does. Like, honestly, Maxim is looking pretty special at the moment, which, if you don't own him, obviously, maybe consider him.
And his stats are great, mate. His stats are fantastic. Obviously, to get those kind of points, you've got to be putting in balls, you've got to be putting on shots, and he's been delivering on all fronts with his stats. So his stats back him up. I'm bigging up Big Son Maxim. He could be my reckless defender, triple captain bird.
Shit.
That's it, man. That's my triple captain pick for the week.
I think Richie actually could be a good option this week as well. I think if you're saying that he's fit, it could be amazing. It could be an amazing choice. But I mean, look, the other 2 teams I would really love to talk about, even the 3 teams, is Liverpool, City and Tottenham. Obviously we can't talk about them because we haven't got enough information. We haven't watched the game. Obviously this is recorded before those games. So it's going to tell a lot about this rotation because, I mean, look, to give you my breakdown as well, I like to go inside. I try to just go inside the psyche of the managers.
Get in there.
I'm going to go in there and look. I'm going to start with Klopp because he's just a reasonable man there. You know what he wants. He's
You in there?
Well, I'm in there.
Klopp. You were Klopp.
I don't need to do that stuff. Well, Klopp just wants the best for his team, his fans. He's got no FA Cup. He's got no Champions League. He's just going to want to finish this season respectfully for the other opposition and all that kind of stuff.
Really though?
No. But he'll rotate. That's the thing is, I say with respect because I just love the guy. I can't say that he's disrespectful. I love that guy. I know that
You know what he did in the FA Cup?
That's what I'm saying. I know what he did in the FA Cup, and I know it was called disrespectful, but he was just like, you know what? I don't think it was that disrespectful. He was giving the kids a run. Why not, man? It's just like it's supposed to be this kind of cup that you have to play your best players. He was doing the right thing in the right moment for his team. Right now, he's going to play. I think he'll play his Salah. He'll play his Mane when he can, and then he'll rotate them when they get tired. You know what I mean? Because he'll want Salah to get the Golden Boot again. He'll want Mane to have an attempt to get the Golden Boot again, and I just feel like he'll give them enough. Like, say for example, he goes like this. Say for example, Salah gets 60 or maybe even gets 90 against City, and then maybe he gets 30 against the next team, and then 60, and then 30. You know what I mean? He might rotate it like that. So you'll definitely be getting like a last 30-minute kind of effort with Salah running at defenses. And when I say Salah / Mane as well, because they're probably the same player. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's going to treat them similar. And yeah, so he might be doing that kind of thing. That's just my kind of opinion. TAA, Virgil, I've got no idea. I don't know what he's going to do in defence. I don't know what is he going to play the kids there. But
I think
that's my opinion. It's a guess.
After this Manchester City Liverpool game, which I think is the last real game in quotation marks that both teams play, it's going to be a roller coaster. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be this chopping and changing. Like no set teams in because they can just do whatever they want.
5 changes a game. You're
Absolutely,
right.
5 changes a game. The lineup's going to be different. All they need to do is put a team on the pitch.
Yeah.
Just to compete. That's it. That's all they have to do. Yeah. There's no other pressure on them at all.
Only thing with Klopp is that because I've talked to obviously a few Liverpool fans on Twitter, on Instagram mostly, and they're talking about they reckon that Klopp will let Salah have a crack at it because Salah's obviously very hungry for goals. He loves that, loves the Golden Boot as well. But they're also just talking about that point talent, that kind of golden point number, which I think over 100. I don't even remember what it is, but they've got to get that point tally to kind of break records, which I just don't think that Klopp will risk all the players to do that. I think there'll be more rotation. But look, saying that, this is just a guessing game. Whatever you feel like is going to happen with your players and stuff, I want you to back yourselves because I've got no idea. This is just me guessing and estimating from my kind of understanding. But this is uncharted FPL waters. I've never been here before. The 3 games a game every 3 days or 2 days. I've never heard of this, especially a team that's got nothing to play for. So just flip a coin and have a think about it if you want. But it's tricky, man. And that's another thing as well. Talking about Pep, my next thing is I've got no idea. Pep is just, who knows what Pep's going to do? I've got no idea.
This is Pep's coming into his element right now. This is rotation. It's a rotation league. It's about to get real rotating, and Pep's just going to be rotating. That's what he's going to do. He's going to be rotating through. He's got the squad depth to do it. I think Foden gets a lot of minutes.
Yeah, you're right. Foden will be good.
Silva's going to get minutes because it's his last season.
True.
It's going to be hard to pick. And now with Pep just taking the piss, not even playing his only striker. Who knows? Pep's going to play false nines, but he doesn't care. It doesn't really matter, And I mean, with not even knowing about if City are going to make the Champions League, it means nothing to them next season because they're already outpointing. Leicester can't catch them. Yeah, no one can catch them. Yeah. So it's such a guessing game with those teams. I still own KDB and Mane and TAA, so 3 players from that game tomorrow. So that game's going to give us a little bit tomorrow.
Do you reckon it's going to make your mind up with them moving forward? Do you reckon it'll help you?
I hope so.
I know. Honestly, I've got no idea. It's like, what am I going to see here that's going to change my mind with taking Salah out? Like, if he gets 90 minutes and he does nothing, do I consider taking him out? It's like,
maybe
Villa at home.
The motivation of these teams. You're going to see them coming out.
You're right.
Are they going to go at each other? Are they going to be going in for tackles? I really want to watch closely on how both teams approach the game and just see where it comes. I think whoever wins it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to see what the players' heads, where their heads are at.
Yeah, true.
Obviously, if a player goes out there and has an absolute blinder, you're like, okay, maybe KDB should stay in my team.
Yeah, it's true.
But time will tell. It's going to be a very interesting game.
For anyone that listens to this after that game as well, just stick with us as well. Like, we're trying to, as much as the outcome and all that kind of stuff, it's probably a good understanding that maybe there's something that we say that resonates and that could help me. So I just want to put that out there as well.
Yeah, that's it.
But
I want to touch on the Norwich-Brighton game, Joff. That's a massive game.
Yeah.
If at the bottom of the table, Brighton is still not safe, and Norwich they're pretty much done. Yeah. So that's a massive game for Brighton. Maupay got rested in the last game, which we just saw.
True.
So he's obviously been rested for a reason.
You're right.
For Brighton to win this game. So just an outside little cheeky one there. If anyone out there needs a striker, Maupay's someone to look at.
It's cheap and nasty as well.
Norwich are absolute whipping boys at the moment.
Realise I said nasty. Maupay burned me this season. I didn't need to say that, Maupay. I like you, man. I reckon he's a great player. But prove Mick right and do some damage.
It would be a 1 week punt because I've just realised that Brighton have Liverpool and Man City straight after they play Norwich. So that is a 1 week punt.
I really rate him though. Like he has shots. He has shots. He had a decent first season in the Premier League. You got to give him credit. Next season, Brighton most likely will survive. Yeah, they will survive. Yeah, they are up there, buddy. They're on 33, so they're the best. They're well placed, but they're only literally. They most likely will survive.
6 points off the drop.
I can't even see any Bournemouth getting 6 points in these next games. You know what I mean? I think they'll most likely survive. So I think that Maupay next season could be one to look at, and I reckon that my days with the Maupay and my team are not over. I think that I'll definitely, but not this season. I'm not going to touch it. Yes, but it's actually a cheeky punt. I like that. I really do.
Yeah, a little cheeky punt there for you guys.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Obviously, Richarlison owners as well. I want to talk about that as well, just real quick, because that Spurs Everton game is something as well. Because Spurs game obviously hasn't happened, but Spurs and Everton usually have a lot of goals in that game, and Richarlison owners, apparently it's not a big injury from what I'm understanding, so you might
just a knock.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday's actual game, so it's actually a while away, so he might actually start. So just want to put that out there as well. Keep him if you want, don't keep him if you don't want, but I think there's going to be goals in that Spurs-Everton game.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you're right about that, because there's a lot of people out there that really want to just ditch the downloadable content himself, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And I'm one of them. Let me be just straightforward with this one. I want Dominic gone. I don't want to download that content. That content is outdated, it's gone. But I think I might keep him. Like you said, he's got the stats. He's had the shots.
He looks good.
I don't know, man. He always does this to me. He always does this, man. I never I like to play the game, but I get I download the downloadable content and I just don't enjoy it. The game's finished by then. So Dominic, I don't know.
What are you going to do, Dom?
I might keep him, and this maybe Spurs is his last chance. Maybe. I think that's for me, and I reckon he's going to be on the chopping block for a lot of people. If he doesn't deliver at Spurs, see ya.
I'm going to be honest with you, actually, we spoke about Danny Ings a little bit as well, but I want to talk about it as well, because right when this wildcarding happened, I had a decision to make, because I looked at Everton's fixtures earlier, and I think they were better than Southampton.
Yeah, good.
And I was just like, earlier, I'm talking about the start of this, and I was just like, all right, do I go Ings or Calvert-Lewin? Because Calvert-Lewin ended the end of before lockdown amazingly, and I was just like, no. It was a decision that I thought about for a second, but honestly, my decision was always made because Danny Ings, I was sticking with him. He's my man. I stand by my man, and it was great. I love that kind of stuff because it's just good advice for everyone out there. Just if you've got a player. I think I might have spoken about it in previous kind of YouTube videos as well, but when you've got a player that really looks after you, I remember in the past, Carlton Cole, if anyone that remembers him, he was just so cheap and he was not nasty. He just banged away goals and assists. And Kevin Nolan was another one that just used to do business for me as well. He was just another player that ticked along. Michu, there was just these players that they're cheap and they might have the odd blank, but they're value. They're basically value players. It's just like ultimate value players. I think Danny Ings is probably one of the ultimate value players that I've seen in recent years, in FPL, since we've been playing. Do you know what I mean? And it's about those players, and those players are the ones you try to stick with. That's just my bit of Joff wisdom there. It's just, and that's what, DCL was a player that I think he's amazing value. I think exactly what he's saying is that, he's come into this kind of, as soon as Ancelotti's come in, he's got ridiculous stats and goals. He's proved it.
So thank you for joining us at the Danny Ings show. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Oh, sorry, man. I always got to throw some little bit of Danny Ings in as well, man. He's just a beast, man. Hustle Hoodle said that he might play him for the rest of the season. So, I know they've got City in the next game, but you don't know which City team plays. Put him in if you want. Don't put him in if you want.
And we're back. So, Danny Ings, businessman. Can we move on from Danny Ings, please?
I just spoke about it for a minute. Come on. Nothing. Oh, well, no, that's crazy. But anyway, I feel like we're going to finish it with the Liverpool game here. We haven't seen the Liverpool game, but Villa at home. Question mark?
Villa need this game though. Villa are going to be up for it, man. I think Villa are the most likely to get out of relegation too.
They look hungry, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, they look good in that Wolves game. As in, they look good. They didn't let Wolves do Wolves. You know, Wolves usually just does Wolves. But
Yeah.
Villa held them pretty well. So
That's the thing is,
I'm pretty excited for Villa.
You're
I'm
right.
hoping they can get out of this mire.
Because it's like you've got a Villa team they're battered though. That's the thing is their confidence is down, so they're battered, but they're hungry. So you've got a team it's like a bleeding wolf. So you could be right, man. It's actually. Well, I'm looking forward to the Liverpool game now, man, to see what happens. To see if they pull out you can, even if they win though, you'd be like, oh well, Klopp rotated. You know, you got an excuse straight up, ready to go. But I don't know. It's exciting times. I'm pumped this season.
That's what you're saying. Like they are these injured animals. They need animals back in the corner. So like I see Chelsea, Watford goals in that game. Yeah, Watford need to go for that game. West Ham, Newcastle goals. West Ham need to go for it. Look what they did against Chelsea. They went for it. So there's going to be these goals. I mean, those are the two teams. Watford and West Ham are the two teams that are literally poised to stay out of relegation and keep Villa down there. Yeah. So I mean, some big games. Big games coming up. It's going to be a really good weekend of football.
Anyway,
pumped.
About our teams as well. We've got to obviously give our musings of what we're thinking of doing. Like personally, what I'm thinking of doing is
captains and transfers.
That's it. I mean, Patricio and basically Marshall in for De Gea and Richarlison out. That's basically what I'm looking at right now. Before the City game, that might change. We shall see. What about yourself?
I think I'm making a triple change in the middle. Triple change. So what I'm thinking is, after last week when I captained Fernandes and he blanked, and then he got 15 points this week, leave my two. I thought, you know what, I'm going to change it up this week. I'm just going to rip my midfield apart. I got 2 free transfers. Count them 2. I might take the hit. And what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna ditch Mr. Mason Mount. Ooh. He's gone. Get out of there.
Bye.
I'm going to ditch Saka.
Ooh.
Sakama. No, you're out of there. You're gone. And I'm thinking of either ditching Mane or KDB. So I mean that's why the City game is big for me. I'm going to see. So we're going to watch Mane and KDB really closely if they make the pitch. Who knows? True. And I'm going to ditch one of them, and I'm going to bring in Saint Maximin.
Ooh.
And I'm going to bring in Willian.
Yeah.
Got to bring in Willian. I think he looks instrumental in this Chelsea team.
Midfield overhaul.
Yeah. And I'm going to bring in Anthony Marshall. Famous last words. Tony, do me proud, please. 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 You always do this to me, Tony. So I'm going to bring in Tony. I'll probably take him out the week after because he's going to just burn me straight away. Who knows?
Man, I reckon I didn't put Tony in because you just hate on him so much.
I love him though.
I reckon you got into my subconscious mind and was like, I love Tony. I'm a fan of him, but you just killed him. But it's true. I think you only hated him because of his injuries. That's the only thing. Because he's prone. I think that
triple up in United, it could. I mean, if you look at the next few games for United, obviously this Bournemouth game's big. Then they've got Villa. Villa could be friggin' if they lose that game, they're going to be pretty down.
You've got a Southampton team that's not playing for anything. Crystal Palace team not playing for anything.
West Ham. You may as well have 3 Manchester United assets. The way that they're playing, if they continue this tempo that they've brought to this. I mean, Pogba. Look at Pogba. Pogba back in that team. Literally, him and Bruno are like brothers from another mother's because they're playing like that. They're just interleaving, interweaving, and just just linking up. And
it's like playmakers unite, man. They're just. I love it. It's just it's a playmaker playing with another playmaker. Number 10 playing with another number 10, and that's just the dream come true, man. Because look at that, like the one that Bruno hit the post. It was just like Pogba had it outside, which so many players would just shoot, and he's just like, no, this guy's in a better position, so I'm going to give it to him. It's just like common sense. But a lot of these strikers, they're just selfish. They're just like, I want the confidence, I want the goal, I'm hungry.
I'm excited for this United team.
So am I.
I think the one missing piece they have is on that right flank. They've got obviously they're playing Marshall down the middle. Yeah. They've got Rashford on the left, and then the right's just not settled. Greenwood. He's young, he's raw. The kid he's a gun. He's going to be a freak. I can see it, but he's just a little bit greedy for me. Yeah, and that United team with Bruno and Pogba, just behind those 3 up front, it works so well. They've just got so much ability and so much technique to get players in behind. Yeah. And Greenwood, as soon as he gets the ball, just flat track. I'm going for goal. I'm just step over, shot. That's just the standard Greenwood, and that's good now. Yeah. But he's going to get found out very, very quickly.
Yeah, true. But I feel like Greenwood will get rotated. I think James will come in the next game. You know what I mean? Like this game's in every 2-3 days. This kid's like I don't even know. He's like 18, 19. So I think there'll be a bit of rotation there. But I mean, I think the 3 of them are going to start because I'm pretty sure they all got taken off in the last game. So looking forward to it. Yeah. Definitely looking forward to it. And obviously captaincy.
Captaincy, I mean...
Are we going to do it?
It's on Bruno, isn't it?
We're doing it, I think.
I think it has to be on Bruno.
Yeah, I feel like
I mean, they've
he's
got
doing that to us.
Yeah.
His away
He's
form's
got
crazy
time.
though,
He's
man.
got some time now. Yeah, he's got a few matches off. I thought he was going to get rested. He could get rested against Bournemouth, yeah? He played 120 in the FA Cup. 120. Imagine he gets rested. Imagine. Can you imagine that? So, I don't know, man.
Don't say that now, man. I
it's-
was on Bruno all day.
I'm
now
tossing between Rashi and Bruno.
You know, we're gonna put this out there. So, all right. So, I think we might have mentioned it a bit earlier. So, Marshall again. We said it. Marshall got the hat trick. Bruno got the 15. Is it Rashford's turn?
Is it Rashford's turn? Don't say that. I captain him this week. I don't want to captain him again next week.
Man, I'm sorry for putting this out there because you guys back your guts. All right. Like it's very important that don't just we're just putting this information out there. Like I'm on Bruno right now.
Bruno's
But
leading
it might
shots in the league since the restart. Just FYI. FYYYYYI.
Damn.
Leading shots. He's up there with chances created. He is just instrumental at the moment. So
He's basically
yeah, so I captained him last week.
He is basically Frank Lampard right now, man. Like let's be honest, he is. There's no other player you can compare him to better than Frank Lampard. I'm not saying that I love Frank Lampard. I'm just saying as in if you want to compare him to an FPL veteran from yesteryear, he's obviously on penalties, he's on free kicks. He's on penalties as far as we know. Maybe Rashford rotates, I don't know. But
We'll be right back with the Bruno Fernandes show. Next up, is he on penalties?
So that's what I'm saying. So Bruno is just man. We'll see. We'll see.
I think we're gonna both put the captain in. I think it's a captain
I
curse
don't know,
moment.
man.
Captain curse moment.
no.
Have we ever spoken about that
I don't
the
think
story
we've
of Captain
given
Curse?
them- no.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Just a quick one.
Before we sign off, so Joff and I, we've had this little thing going, this little hoodoo that we have in our minds. So basically, whenever we captain the same player, that player blanks. Almost guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. So we are both going to captain Bruno Fernandes this week, most likely.
Most likely.
And the captain curse could be in place. So just beware. Captain curse. Woo!
Oh man, I feel like we've played with their heads, and this is bad. This is where it's at right now, though, man. Like if you watch all of our other YouTube videos or podcasts or whatever, it's something that usually pretty certain with. All right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But with these every 3 days kind of thing, man, it's just crazy. I don't know where I'm going to land, so I'm not going to say I'm going to captain Bruno as of yet.
Before we sign off, quick roundup of the league. So the FPL Take the Hit league, we've got Headhunters on top, so many Z's in second, Space Monkeys in third, me, myself and Ivan fourth, and Joffy Boy in fifth.
Yeah.
And also let's just do the Cash Money League.
Cash money.
Cash Money League. So we've got Joffy. What do
I'm
you
on
read
top. Yep, I got top. Then we've got Frothy Longstocking second. We've got Malcolm XG third. I love Lampard. Mick, there you go.
Hey.
I love Lamp. That's his team name. It's a cool name. Boca Juniors in fifth. Well
Excellent.
done, guys. Well done.
And of course, before we sign off, big thank you to our patrons. Joffy Boy is going to do the honours of
Yes,
reading them
my
out
turn
today.
today,
It
my
is time. I'm pumped. Come on.
So
Come
we've
on.
got, thank you very much to our brand new
Excellent.
patron, Bert Van Goozy.
Thank you, Bert.
Wesley Quirk. I nearly butchered that one. Wesley Quirk, thanks, mate. Gary Warwood, thanks, mate. Anthony Ferrarelli.
Broden.
There you go. I've never actually Ferrarelli because it's Ferrarelli. There you go. Okay, well, we've got there for you.
You
It's
go.
cool, Usually Ferrari. I know people Ferrari. There you go.
Yeah, I know plenty of Ferraris.
Yeah. You sure? You know Pirelli Tyre. Kyle Brett, Brad Emott, David Jereb, Ivan Kovacevic. There you go. Is that what you say your name?
Thanks.
Ivan.
No, you got it right.
Ivan. Patrick, Cedric, that scored.
Cedric!
Carney, Zach, Lewis Husey, and Stephen Machisco. Love you guys.
Thank you guys. Love
We
you
appreciate
guys.
everything. And
We hope you enjoyed this episode. We know you did.
it's all love. It's all love. But
Good.
thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. We always appreciate all the comments on YouTube and Insta, and we love you all.
Yeah, thank you for all the positive comments. Any comments of the week this week or not?
All right, so I'll go on here. Bales Aru. Thanks again. I love this guy. Always puts out beautiful comments.
Thank you,
Respect,
Bales.
mate. So this one here is
Okay.
are you saying Pam or Pam? So he basically said, we had a bit of a Step Brothers moment
nice.
for the previous episode, and he goes, that reference didn't go unnoticed. So
Excellent.
love that one there. Had
Thank
a bit
you.
of a laugh
Thank you.
ourselves.
We do love Step
Legend.
Brothers.
Legend.
Excellent, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck in Game Week 33 plus. I'm looking for a big bumper score this week. I really need it to raise my awareness and my consciousness and my confidence more than anything. It would be very nice to get some bumper points. So thank you, Bruno, for that for scoring goals for me against Bournemouth. It's going to be very nice. But other than that, Joff, thank you for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. And as we said, FPL Take the Hit. Always remember to stay positive.
Keep chasing them green arrows, guys.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.
Ciao.
Take the hit. take the hit.